facility was for, rather than shuttles. It's probably going on to get an observatory. Because when you use arbiters and troops, you generally just skip the Reaver and stick to your arbiters, dragoons, zealots, and Templar. So 2 dropships are out. So Hwasin's going to go for a drop here with a bunch of tanks, 4 tanks to be exact. He's probably going to try to do a backside drop right into a base of JangBi's. JangBi apparently is trying to take that right-hand corner. Like, all those drop tips do get spotted by that probe there. So unfortunately, that drop, wherever it's going, probably not going to be successful. Going to get spotted. He possibly was going to try to drop on that, what is that, 2 o'clock location in the right-hand corner, but JangBi apparently is trying to set up a position there. I think that drop of this was going to be unsuccessful. An Arbiter now flying down. I wonder if that's a recall here coming. So a drop in one location and a recall in another. We're going to see very interesting what happens here. Ooh, that Arbiter is going to get spotted, but I think it might be a little bit too late at this point. Hwasin is moving in with his tanks, going to drop, and the recall is going to come in right inside of Hwasin's base. It's going to be very interesting what happens here. Troops are going to disappear now. The troops will be right inside the main. Nothing to defend here. Storms going up right on the SCV line. A bunch of SCVs being taken down. Almost the entire line of SCVs being taken down. Storms going off on other forces, and Dragoons and Zealots and High Templar are inside. Going to take everything out. The Arbiter also doing a lot of damage. Tanks finally now moving in, but being far too late to prevent this. Entire SCV line get taken down, and we'll see if JangBi managed to take out some sort of tech as well. It probably is going to almost take out the gas. Forces moving in to defend JangBi's 4th base, although I think at this point Hwasin has that counterattack that pretty well, although that's not a very good counterattack, seeing as how there's no mining going on at that base. Serious damage here taken by Hwasin. He has only those tanks, and they can only damage the Dragoon there, that Arbiter, and there is no detection, so JangBi has retreated in the little corner there. That's going to let him, with that Dragoon and Arbiter, survive just a little bit longer inside of Hwasin's base. JangBi, wow, doing an awesome Arbiter drop. Apparently, maybe Hwasin just wasn't paying attention, just didn't see that Arbiter, despite that engineering bay, or just didn't manage to move his forces into a defensive position. So very nice by JangBi here. He is taking a quick advantage. That 4th base is probably going to be denied, but at this point, Hwasin is only mining out of his 2 naturals. JangBi, finally now, there is a forge out there, so he's upgrading, although at this point I believe that Hwasin has the upgrade war in his hands, no upgrades. But another recall now going off, this time inside of a natural. Wow, this JangBi is just being relentless. The Arbiter is being taken down, so that invisibility is still going to stay because there are 2 Arbiters there. There's Dragoons, however, are going to be forced to move back. They didn't manage to do any significant damage. And now moving into the probe line, see how many probes they can take out. This 4th expansion of JangBi is going to be denied, though. He's probably going to be taken out, but that's not going to matter really that much, because JangBi is just going to take another expansion. He has the minerals at this point. He has such a huge advantage. He can just go around and expand as much as he can, while Hwasin has to be forced to push away these attacks. He has some science vessels, hopefully probably with EMP waves, to try to prevent as much as he can, although he's taking such significant damage at this point. He has to be very careful. The Dragoons, of course, taking out those Vultures, because Vultures are very weak against Dragoons. Those Dragoons finally begin taken down, that attack finally being snuffed out. JangBi has such a serious advantage at this point that 4 o'clock is going to get taken down, but JangBi already has a base down at the 5 o'clock ready and going, while Hwasin has his main finally has started mining again, although he had to sacrifice a lot of minerals to get those SCV up, and two of his bases have been harassed pretty well by JangBi. So we'll see how Hwasin reacts to this all. JangBi has such a large amount of forces, just been macroing up, without stop, and Hwasin has to go for some sort of drop. That Nexus is going to go down to a Vulture. Boom. Boom? Probably. Boom. Wow, okay. There have been cannons set up by JangBi at good positions to prevent any drops, but we'll see how Hwasin manages. So many expansions now being taken down by JangBi. He's taken both expansions at the 5 o'clock, and now this drop coming in by Hwasin. He drops 4 tanks, sieges all of them, instantly takes out the cannon. Was going to see what he's going to do to those probe lines. Probes being moved away just in time, so no serious damage. He's going to stop mining for a little while, and more Vultures also be coming in, so he's ferrying in a lot of forces, taking down that Citadel of a... Probably going to take out that Citadel of a Dune. I don't know if he manages it or not. High Templar moving in. They're going to be able to take out these Vultures, and going to nice storm on the Vultures, taking on the Vultures, damaging a tank there. No damage. The serious damage yet by either player. Storm, another Vultures, though microing quite well out of it. That Forge probably going to be taken down as well with that Citadel of Doom, but he is stopping quite a bit of mining, but at the same time, JangBi has so many expansions all over the map that's not going to do much stuff. The gas goes down, and the mines, oh, mines moving! Nice Zealot there. Drags the mines right into the tanks, and that's going to be now effectively snuffed out. Not nearly enough damage for Hwasin to try to get back into this game. JangBi, okay, stop mining, but he still has 5 active bases. Hwasin is at 3, and Hwasin just gonna slowly but surely take a serious advantage. Those dropships, one of those dropships get taken down, but the other dropship barely manages to survive. Hwasin has to play so carefully here. He has sent down a Vulture to one of those 5 o'clock bases, but I think that one single Vulture is not going to be able to do enough damage. There are a large mass of Dragoons and forces moving out into that location, going to take out the Vulture. Hwasin knows how much JangBi has, and he has to try to prevent, not just prevent those expansions, he has to harass. It's much more important for him to harass the currently mining expansions, because, sure, taking down those extra expansions that are going down will damage just a little bit. So, oh, he is going to be able to catch a bunch of probes in transition, though, so that is a little bit of damage done there. One probe does manage to, no, okay, one probe I thought was going to manage to survive due to invisibility, but it also got taken down. The Vulture is going to fly away right away before they take any significant damage themselves. So, yeah, Hwasin, a little bit of damage there, but still not nearly enough. He has to take out not just these new expansions that's set up by JangBi, he has to take out a lot of probe lines. He's going to follow a probe inside of that base. Going to take it out. There are 2 cannons, though. 3 cannons, I'm sorry, to prevent that. All the probes aren't going to go down, but not going to be able to do much damage to that. Vultures get taken down just after taking out all the probes. Mines set all over the base for Hwasin, though. There are observers all over the place, so those mines are going to slowly become a non-factor. They do delay, of course, but at the same time, it's just not good enough. Oh boy, exciting match. Why don't they play in Colosseum II more often? I like this map. Lots of probes being ferried there in transition, almost getting caught, but they did get caught by a comsat, so they know they're going. Lots of EMP going off on a bunch of Dragoons. I don't know if they caught the Arbiters. No, they didn't catch the Arbiters, in fact, so Arbiters still have stasis going. He's probably going to come out. What Arbiter is going to get taken down. Didn't get off of stasis before that. Another Arbiter moving in, a lot of Dragoons. Also, being stasis going off on a couple of tanks. The Science Vessel still alive. That Barracks Husband. Another stasis going off on a bunch of other tanks. But JangBi apparently doesn't have quite enough forces on the field. He's just going to delay this force that Hwasin is trying to move out. He'll be forced to retreat and regroup, and then move against that force of Hwasin. You might want to try to flank it in. There are this mine those goes off there, takes out 2 Dragoons. This map does allow for quite a few opportunities to flank, so JangBi at this point might try to use that to his advantage, seeing as Hwasin has to be the one to move out, because JangBi can simply just close in, take the entire map, and just do what he wants. Unfortunately for Hwasin, he has to simply wait and move out as best as he can. Those stasis tanks, finally the stasis coming off, and 2 forges coming up again for JangBi. He didn't get to upgrade quite a bit there, but now going to set up a again. Another base going down for JangBi. JangBi just being relentless at this point, macroing up like crazy. Knows he has Hwasin on the ropes. He knows that if he just gets off enough bases, if he just gets a serious economic advantage, which he already has, he's going to win this match. Another engagement might start coming off right here. Hwasin now moving in to the right, following those forces of JangBi, who has a bunch of Arbiters and Dragoons. That's going to meet right there. EMP wave going off on Dragoons and one of the Arbiters as well. But 2 Arbiters still have a lot of their stuff. Was a Templar that got taken down before he managed to get off a Storm. A bunch of Zealots now running in. Hwasin apparently does have the advantage here, though. There's tanks, however. He has to be very careful with those tanks. They're not in siege mode. Some of them are in siege mode. The other ones are, however, being microed, run back and forth so they don't take any damage and don't take any storms or get stasis. And now JangBi has forces moving in from the back from his main base as well. So this is where Hwasin has to be very careful. Those mines have spotted. There's a bunch of Vultures sending down a bunch of mines, but the Zealots do sacrifice themselves into those mines. And forces here coming up on the other side. A bunch of tanks getting taken down by Arbiters as well as Zealots. Hwasin unfortunately didn't get position very off. He did save those tanks there simply as a delay motion, because Hwasin's going for this 5 o'clock base. He is probably going to manage to take it down before anything moves in. probably going to try to take this base for himself. There are 2 bases there, and it'd be pretty advantageous for Hwasin if he tries to take it back. Although I don't know if it'll let him move in right into this match again. Hwasin has to be very, very careful here. He's going to try to, is sitting down at CC, trying to take that base for himself. Soon enough, he has to be very careful not to be counterattacked by JangBi. That's what JangBi could do, because Hwasin doesn't have much aside from that one gigantic force that he's moved into the 5 o'clock position. Well, he has a bunch of vultures moving off all over the place, trying to delay JangBi as much as he can, trying to prevent JangBi from reinforcing or doing any counterattacks. Those mines being total pain in the ass, as well as those vultures. Vultures, of course, being very fast moving and very useful in that regard. That Nexus finally has gone down.